All right. Screen share. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Brandon here from Beast Mode Trading. Another day, another dollar. Let's wait for some quality signals. Market, some more money in these markets. That's what we do best. We're paid to be patient and stick with our rules. See what we got here. So SPY market opens up in 30 seconds. We got a momentum push to the upside. So if we get a blue arrow, that's a good qualified signal. Last market structure stop would be right here. If we would get a signal when market opens up. AMD, we're waiting for the same setup. And Apple, we have a momentum push to the upside as well. Let's see what happens. I'm also in a couple long-term swing trades. I'm in Starbucks. We'll see if we gap up, or markets are kind of flat right now. Let's focus on the day trading side. Let's see what happens. Here's this blue arrow. This thing prints. So I'm going to have my I'm going to get ready to take action because we're in an uptrend. So this prints there. Know that this is a good signal, and we have 40 seconds left. Just so you guys know. That's cute. AMD to be a short signal. If this prints here, we're going to turn it below the orange line. So that's a good signal too. If you're itching to get into something already, I want to try. I'm still in wait mode because the arrow disappeared. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This is a signal right here. AMD. I put my stop about right here at this wick. My take profit will be down here at this wick. Basically a 1-to-1. We'll see what happens. SPY is falling. AMD. Hey, good morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Brad, good morning. Guy, good morning. See what happens. See what happens. Let's see what happens. There's SPY. Blue arrow again. Still got 50 more seconds. You guys know the drill. SPY. Break above this top. Come on, Mr. Rogers. See what we get here. Welcome, YouTube world. How you doing? Nope, disappeared again. Disappeared again. Bugger. 73. This thing prints. Nope. Didn't print. I'm still in uptrend, so I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. That's why we stayed patient and picky. Apple and ready to print. It needs to print here. AMD only gave us one sell signal right now. If it does come down here and move 30, 40 cents in our favor, you know the drill. I'm going to set a trail stop, which is what I do. You didn't get in AMD, it's back at the entry line. You could have got in at a discount up there, but it's still valid. You're still holding until it closes above this line. If you want to take it, you're sticking to this plan. All you're doing is watching this chart right there. SPY is what brought me home full time as a trader. Why I encourage to trade it. It's affordable. Anyone can trade it. Gives us the kind of movements that we like, and that's why they call us SPY crushers. You know, every morning we do this. We just wait patiently for these qualified signals. So we're still watching. Let's see if it prints. I would like the 260, 263s, that range for today's expiration. I think they're affordable. 262, 263, 264 range. But that's just I'm having trouble right here. 2 wicks at the same spot. Breaks above this area. We're going up. Well, we'll see what happens. Apple has a blue arrow right here. It's a qualified signal. We're in an uptrend. We get this first blue arrow. Apple, once again, I have no idea what's going to happen. So that's why you got to have a plan. You got to have risk management. You need to have targets. You need to have a plan of action if it goes against you. That's why we are more successful, because we have all these things. So I'm going to put a halfway point there because market structure is a little larger. But I'm still focusing on SPY, still watching SPY. So we'll see what happens. Boom, boom. Yeah, how you doing? Vic, good morning. iPhone 10, good morning. Guy, good morning. D, good morning. Brad, good morning. Izzy, good morning. How you doing? See what Facebook's doing on the long-term side. I'm in profit on Facebook still. Still have 90-some days left. Brad, good morning. I don't know if I said good morning to you as well. So we still didn't get a blue arrow yet. SPY is chopping around right here. Only really good signal we got was right here on Apple. You know, so if it hits this halfway point, trail stop is getting initiated. Here is a blue arrow. We're in an uptrend. So if you did take this turbo arrow downside, and you really didn't get much movement, so you're going to be forced to cut it. But remember this: blue arrow, blue line. This is a good entry right here to go long. Just so you guys know, if Apple hits this 257 area, I'm going into trail stop. Just so you know, I don't like when the stops are this large, but market structure and what can you do? So it comes back to using proper risk management. I'm ready for the markets to turn around here, go all green, and let Facebook rip up. I really want to see Facebook touch 170. That's my goal. I don't know if I'm going to stick or not. AMD is a good buy right here. Per our beast mode day trading system. We're going to zoom out. Our 1-to-1 would be about up here. Halfway point would be about right here. Once again, I have no idea what's going to happen with any of these trades. So that's why it's up to you to use proper risk management. You know, I plan to day trade tomorrow, next week, the following week, for the rest of my life. So I treat my account like it's my business. You know, and if you own a business, some of you guys do. You're not going out to the store and using all your capital to buy goods, taking your account back to zero. Kind of view trading the same way. I mean, view that as your business. That's your war chest. You're trying to preserve your capital as long as possible. You know. Nicholas, good morning. How you doing, boss? So I'm still waiting. Did not get nothing on SPY. Sometimes that happens. You know, nothing that we could do about that. Nothing that we could do about that. See what happens. See how it plays out. Boom, boom. If you guys have any questions, comments, throw it in the chat box. I'm here for you guys. Still watching SPY though. SPY's what brought me home full time as a trader. That's why I dedicate all my trades based on if I take anything else. I go in very, very light. So if I lose on them trades, it doesn't affect me that much. You know, I go a little heavier on SPY because, like I said, how many times this morning so far, SPY is what brought me home full time as a trader. So I stick with my baby in that sense. You know what I mean? So I'm still waiting for a blue arrow here on SPY. See what happens if we get it. If not, it kept us out of a losing trade, and we'll see what happens. But we still are in an uptrend. So I think as long as we stay above this low right here, 258.42, I think everything should manifest, and maybe we'll get a blue arrow. It would be pretty sick if SPY came down to this area, then bounced, and we got a blue arrow here and rode it all the way back up to retest these wicks. You know, that's in a perfect world. I doubt it's going to happen, but you never know. Boom, boom. AMD, let's go. Rip it up to that halfway point. It's up the side of trail. Aren't you? Only up 3 cents. Want more than that. Go, Mr. Rogers. Rip it up. Rip this thing up 30 more cents. Still waiting on SPY. SPY's playing games with us this morning, right? Making us wait, making us sit patient for a good quality entry. Should, with the ticks being down this low, below in the negatives, we should get a bounce. I'm expecting us to bounce up a little bit more, but we'll see. We will see what happens. Come on, Mr. Rogers. We going to get a blue arrow here soon or what? SPY. Boom, boom. Doesn't look like we're going to get an arrow. We may get one here, so just be ready. We may get one in a couple minutes or a couple seconds. This continues to rip up. Nope, we didn't get it yet. Jeez, SPY. NASDAQ's green. Let's go. Push us up here. See what happens. Now this would be the last low. So know that whatever you're trying, this is what I look at while I'm trading. So when I'm going to trade, I look at if an arrow would print here and I'm giving it this dollar amount, what is my max loss I'm willing to lose? You know, so I typically like to only lose 30% at most. So I'll kind of gauge the delta and I'll see how that models into what I like to bet, you know. And right now, 261s, 2s, and 3s all pretty solid. The amount of money that I like to risk when I go in my trade. Apple, let's hit this. Let's go. I'm setting a trail stop on Apple. Here's our blue arrow. We have 50 seconds to wait for SPY. I'm in a trail stop on Apple. If it closes above these wicks, 91, 260, 91, and it gives us that blue arrow, I think we have a very high chance of going up. AMD, I'm hitting my trail stop right now. I'm hitting my trail stop on AMD. Wow, that happened fast. There we go. SPY. This blue arrow prints. Boy, Let's see what happens. Is that blue arrow going to print when a red candle? It may. 58, 59. There. Good signal. Down here. And our 1-to-1 would be about right here. Win or lose, this trade right here should not dictate your trading future. You know, let's do a halfway point would be about right here. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Come on, Mr. Rogers, rip this up right now. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I wish I'd jump in on that CCL call. Yeah, I don't chase everything like that no more, Devin or D. I just trade whatever's in front of me, and I'm done. I'm done searching for 1,000,001 stocks. I can go back every day and be like, well, I wish I would have took this, that, this, and that, but that doesn't really make you a better trader, you know. So I just stick with what I have, and I'm green right now, you know. So we'll see what happens on SPY here. I need Mr. Rogers to push this trade up to the north side. Let's go, Mr. Rogers. Rip it. I get that mindset out of my head if I were you, because every day you could find something that you missed and it'll eat you alive. And you weren't watching it when it happened. I mean, what can you do about it, you know? So if this thing closes below this line, I'm going to cut it. Gotcha. Why don't you get in? I took winners on AMD and I took winners on Apple. So I'm in spot. Right, we're at the stop loss. If it closes below here, we still got 50 more seconds. If it closes below here, then I'll cut it. You know, I'm currently down right now. I'm down right now about 18%. So not the end of the world. You know, worst case scenario is I'll take a 30% loss and move on to the next one. But we'll see what happens. Not over to the big lady sings, they all say. So it's still valid. I'm still in this trade. Come on, Mr. Rogers, rip this thing back. Get back to our entry, hit the halfway point, and allow me to set a trail. Mr. Rogers, if you hear me, put that large $1 million order in, couple $1 million order. Let's go, Mr. Rogers, rip it up. Where do you see that at? Gotcha. Still in it. I'm still in it. This arrow prints here, this turbo arrow to the downside, below this orange line, you can reverse your order if you want, or you can wait for us to change momentum and be more conservative. It's totally up to you. I knew we were going to get a loss sooner or later. We haven't lost in over 2 weeks. This will be our first loss. It's crazy. SPY. Hit my stop. I'm out. I cut the SPY. I'm going to reverse here and puts. See what we get. Good signal right here. We'll see what happens. Remove. Remove. Move. See what happens. Where am I going to cut this if it goes against me is my plan. Where am I going to cut this if it goes against me? Come on, Mr. Rogers, rip this thing to the downside. 260, probably cut it at $1. And we'll go down here to 258. It's this halfway point, 258.50 is a good entry. See what happens. Come on, Mr. Rogers, rip this thing down. Let's go. Rip it down. Rip it down. All right, there we go. Let's go. Free fall that thing down to 50 cents. There we go. I'm up 12 cents right now. Took a loss on the first trade of 22 or 23 cents, I believe. After I'm out of this trade, I'll let you know exactly. See how it plays out. How far are we away from this line? 50. I need 3 more to the downside. In this for 19, and it's 29 and I'm up 10 cents. So I want to drop another, I want to get up another 10 cents to some of the money back. See what happens. 80. I need 50 to 60 cent range. Go, Mr. Rogers. Sell your order right now. Free fall this thing. Down, down. Let's go. Rip it down. Swing it around. Mr. Rogers, let's go. Look at how this plays out. I'm up 10 cents right now. I should set a trail stop. Am I getting greedy or am I not? I want it to break below this 70 cent. I'll make you a deal, Mr. Rogers. You take this thing to 258.55 to 60 cents. I'll set a trail. Come on, Mr. Rogers. Rip it down. Come on, Mr. Rogers. Break below this wick. Oh, that's our favorite already. Come on, get us back down here below this wick. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Come on. Get back down here at this 30 cent range. Don't trap me down here. Don't trap me down here. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Come on, rip it down. Get back down here, Mr. Rogers. Back in profit again. Come on. This halfway point right here. 48 or 50. I need 30 more cents. Let's go, Mr. Rogers. If we close below this wick right here, I want to go down to the target. If we don't close below there, it's going to struggle for a short time, I think, but that's just my opinion, you know. Try to erase all my opinions when I'm in a trade. Once again, I don't know what's going to happen, you know. I would love to get a winner right here. Breaks below this, get some of my money back. One spot. There we go. I'm up 14 cents right now. I'm up 28 cents now. No, 19.29. Yeah, I'm up 20 cents right now at the halfway point. If it breaks below this halfway point, I'm setting the trail. I'm setting the trail now. I can't give it back. Wow. There we go. Let's go. If I ended up going break even for this trade on SPY, that's what we do. I'm up, they're at 40 right now, 19, 29, 39. I'm up 21 cents. So I'm break even right now, even though I lost on this trade up here. I'm break even right now. I'm in a trail stop. Worst case scenario is I am now going to be down about 10 bucks or 20 bucks just on SPY today. And I'll take that as a win, even though we lost this first trade, but it's not over yet. We continue to keep falling more, and I'm going to be in profit at a 50% win rate. I'm still going to be in profit. Let's go, Mr. Rogers. Rip that thing down. Break below this 26 area. All right, sold me out. On $1.19, sold at $1.35. 19.29. I just made 16 cents there, so I'm down right now on SPY about let me see what I took the loss on. 10, 20, 30, and I bought in at $1.40 and I sold out at $1.18, 28, 38, 24 cents I took a loss on, and I just took a winner of 19, 29, 34, which is 16. So I'm down right now, but it's all right, you know. Got some money back, and I basically call it a wash, you know. So I'm red right now on SPY. If this momentum change gives us a push to the downside and we get a red arrow, I'll take another trade, you know, and hopefully end the day on the green side. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, you know. I have no idea what will happen. I just use my signals to help me generate money, you know. So I took a small winner on AMD. Unfortunately, it was a small bet. Took a small winner on Apple, which was a small bet. I took a loser on SPY, which pretty much took my two winners away, you know. So, and then I took the turbo arrow to the downside, another re-entry method, and it ended up putting me green back on the day. So I'm green right now. I'm three winners with one loser. But I should be a lot more green because, like I said, SPY is what brought me home full time. So I bet, or not bet, I should say, I invest more when we get a signal in the SPY charts than I do any other asset, you know. So these are very little bet sizes, I should say, or investing sizes per se. I don't like the word bet. So that's how we executed right here today. Hit the halfway point, blew through it, went another 30, went another 20 cents, you know. So we'll see what happens. Probably going to end up going down here and touching this target, but hey, I'm out of the trade already. I can't look back and say shoulda, coulda, woulda, because I didn't, you know. Simple as that. So it's actually good that we got this loss out of the way, you know. I mean, we typically lose one to two trades a week. On average, we probably go 8 winners with 2 losers. And last week we went 9-0, and the week before that we went 9-0. So in 3 weeks right now, yesterday we went 2-0. So in 3 weeks we're 20-1. So it's like, what can you do? You know, you can't be upset that we lost this trade. And I'm actually kind of happy that we got this trade out of the way, because now, since we lost this trade right here in an uptrend, I'm waiting for the next qualified setup per my system. The turbo arrow is an additional strategy that we brought in for more aggressive traders that wanted more. But I trade the turbo arrows as well. I mean, as you see, worked out in my favor right here. But when this line is red now and we get a red arrow, I'm going to take another put. Momentum just changed outside right now. If these candles close below this area, or where this line's at, I would say we're going to get a cross. But we have to wait for us to get the cross and for us to get the red arrow. Unfortunately, probably be waiting for a little bit. Price will need to reset itself and then come back down. But we don't know what's going to happen, you know. So can't be upset that this trade right here ended up being a loser. I can show you the last month of all this quality same signal that ended up winning, you know. So we do lose, and like I said, I'm happy that I'm happy that we got it out of the way this week, you know. So moving forward from a probability standpoint, we should be ready to roll for the rest of the week, you know. But we're still green on SPY for the week, you know. Yesterday we went 2-0. Today I went 1-1. You know, number right now. My count's up. 2 days for just trading SPY. So what more can you ask for, you know? So another thing I want to touch base on is I used to have a trader in here about 5 months ago. He's no longer in here, you know, and I'm going to pull these lines off And so long story short, when you enter a trade, you need to have a stop loss and a take profit, right? So we entered our trade right here, our calls. Fortunately, we got movement in our favor. So once again, we got movement in our favor, but we just didn't get enough. We did not get enough. I only saw a couple cents there, and that's to me, that's nothing. So it's a loser for sure. Previous market structure would be right here. So what happens when price breaks this? Still didn't even hit our 20. I wasn't even down 20% at this line. So when I say that I accept a max loss of 30%, that's the most I'm willing to take, no matter how far the market structure is. I'm not willing to lose more than 30%, knowing that all of my winners are typically 10, 12% up to 30%. Some days we get lucky and get a 40 or 50% winner, but on average, I'd say our average winner is probably about give or take. But anyway, so what happens when you don't sell out here on this candle? Later on in the day, and this, I'm going to bring it all full circle for you. I had a buddy that was in the room that he never wanted to take a loss. So he would enter his full account right here, and which is beyond crazy. You guys know me. I stress risk management. He'd bet his whole size account here, and it went down and would go against him. We all would cut our play here, and he'd wait for it to come back up to this line and break through. Well, guess what? It works. Half the time, like we may go back through this area, and this may end up being a winner. But to me, it's not a winner because I had to stop right here. I have my stops real small, and I base them off the previous market structure. So sometimes this does happen, and unfortunately, it may go down and then bounce back up and blow past this and end up hitting our upper target that we had up there. But you got to prepare yourself. Moral of the story, or back to what I'm touching, my friend that never wanted to take a loss, it worked for him for about 2 days in a row, right? Third day, he bought in there, and it didn't sell, and guess what? Stocks kept going down. So he had a $2,000 account, ended up losing $1,800 in one day. I mean, he took my signal, but that's not my strategy because he didn't listen to the risk to reward. So I can't control that, and I feel bad for him, but what do I say to everybody in the room? If you enter a trade, you need to have a plan. You need to have a stop loss and a take profit. If you do not, of you being a full-time trader like me, to none. You're more than likely you're not going to make it as a trader. And that's just me being brutally honest. Unfortunately, I wish we all could make it as traders, but I can't control your guys' emotions, and I can't pull the trigger for you guys to trade. I can share with you guys, and I'm not licensed to tell you what to do with your money. But a good quality signal and recommendations per se of what I like. Like this morning, I liked a certain number of option strikes for how I like to trade. And unfortunately, this trade didn't go in my favor today. What can you do? Can you be upset that you lost money today? No, you can't be upset because you know that over the course of the year, you have an over 80% chance to win on this same signal right here. Don't be like my friend and not follow the rules. And we'll simulate or fast forward to where we are today. Guess what? He's not with us no more. He's back to work, and he thinks trading's a big scam. And it's like, hey, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I would disagree because our signals give us over 80% chance to win. They move in our favor over 90%. Unfortunately, this moved in our favor, but just wasn't big enough to take profit. Typically when the market slows down, I would like 20 cents, 20 to 30, because SPY may only move 50 or 60 cents for the day. We're getting like this move right here, 260.80, 280.80 is over $2. It fell $2.50 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, in 11 minutes. There's days where SPY trades all day long from 240, 280. All day long it trades in this range right there. And obviously the candles are much, much smaller, So it's like, well, one more account is, I'm looking over and Facebook is in profit more than it was yesterday. I was like, how? I'm not even any trades, and my account's still going up. I'm not complaining. Facebook, I'm up 22 cents right now. So I don't know if what I want to do yet. I'd love for us to go green and get a huge push up. All my swing trades are green right now. I love it. Boom. Oh man. So yeah, back to what I was talking about. My friend's no longer with us. Moral of the story: don't be, listen to the plan, take the signals. You know that over the course of the year, you're going to end the week green more times than not. Here, if this candle prints above this orange line and that arrow prints there, 45 more seconds, and you wanted to be more of an aggressive trader, that's called what we call a turbo arrow. But if you don't and you want to be more conservative, then hey, I understand both sides, So let's see what happens here. See what happens. Needs to close above 260.12 for you guys to take the trade. And it did. That's a good signal right there. Not, I mean, it's a different signal. It's not my signal as far as like my custom day trading side, but it's an additional strategy for someone else more aggressive. I mean, if you took this trade, you're already up in profit, just like that. Just like that. So real quick in 1 minute, 260.19, it already went up 30 cents, So it's like, what are you doing that? Instead of trail stop back to break even. Wow, that's crazy. Them turbo arrows, nice tool to have in the arsenal bag for sure. It breaks above this line. And if we close above this area right there, we close in this area, we're going up. And I'm going to set a trail stop on all my longs, I think. Remember, this is a zone. It's a resistance zone. Boom, boom. See what happens. Boom, boom. Ah. Holy mackerel. All right, I'm up 30 cents right now on my Facebook. I'm setting a 5-cent trail. I got 290 days left, but I mean, that's I don't know. You know me, I like to control my profits. I put a 5-cent trail, it could rip me up for the rest of the day. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? YouTube world, what's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you guys, and just next time. All right.